The reason you're not respected is because you are not respectable. That's your Monday mindset message. Monday mindset, money message, whatever you want to call this. I stopped trying to title this. All I want you to know is that every Monday we come along here and we meet on YouTube and we talk about what does it mean to be the best version of yourself. Now, I'm still working on that tagline. The old tagline used to be the man you want to be the most valuable man. But what counts as value to you might not count as valuable to someone else. It's just like respect. Maybe what's respect to you is not respect to another person. Over the weekend, my wife told me that, I'm late. I'm Filipino. I love the joke. She hates it. She's tired of it. I'm raised by Filipino parents. I run on island time. We're in Hawaii, greatest time ever because everyone runs on Hawaii time. It's like, or on island time. When we're in the Keys, Hawaii vacation was purely island time. You just slow down and just enjoy it. And I get it. My wife is very on time because all throughout her career, she's had to be on time, always on appointments. All throughout my career, it's always been, I get to set my schedule. So we kind of differ there. But it made me think about, we got in an argument over it. And she told me, it's not about the time. It's about the fact that he feels like you don't respect me and my time. Now, if you think about what I just said earlier about the reason no one respects you is because you don't respect yourself. I'm not talking about her. I don't pretend to know what she's going through, what she's thinking about. All I know is for me, I had that thought where it's like, I don't care about time, but there is a validity there that if I'm not respecting her time, someone else's time, I am not respecting them. So, when I think about myself, if I do not respect myself as a husband, as a man, that shows that I am not respecting her, or I'm not showing her the respect needed. Maybe you don't need to worry about them respecting you versus are you respecting yourself? I look at my schedule, I realize I have 3 weeks of December I did not plan, whether in my Warrior app or on my schedule on my calendar. So to me, that's not showing that I don't disrespect someone else's time. It shows that I'm not respecting myself. If you look at how you value your time and what are you putting the energy and effort into, you're showing how much you respect yourself. What are you paying attention to? What are you doing with your day? Because at the end of the day, at the end of your life, all life is how you spent your time. Did you spend your time building someone else's business? Did you spend your time building your own business? Did you spend your time with your kids? Did you ignore your wife? Did you ignore your kids? Did you ignore your what? Did you ignore yourself? At the end of the days, you're gonna look back and say, I built something that was worth remembering me for. I had a great time on this ride. Or you're gonna look back and say, I wasted my life. Time. I should have done this. Time. I would have done this instead. Time. Everything comes back to time. And how do you spend that time? So sometimes I think back, I get very introspective on it. I sat there and I told my wife, I'm never going to be someone, I don't think I can be someone who will rush. I hate rushing. I see no purpose in rushing anywhere. And I think there's validity there. This is why I married her, because her response was, well, you wouldn't have to rush if you got there on time. And I was like, this is why I married such a smart woman. And it's true. Her perspective was that I was disrespecting her based on the fact I was not getting somewhere on time. My perspective is, what's the purpose of rushing to get to the end? And it made me reconsider when we got married on our wedding day. I was late to the venue because it rained and I didn't plan for it to rain. So we took too much time packing stuff up to bring there. And I remember telling the people, all of our party that was invited, we got in an argument over the fact that I was not on time. And as a guy, we don't really have an excuse because we don't really have to do much. We just show up and get dressed. That's literally it. But it made me think about how I didn't want to rush this moment. I genuinely meant that. I was late because I was excited for the day. And I was ready for that day. Just in the same sense, like, you know what? I don't believe in rushing because to me it feels like you're just getting to the end sooner. But at the same time, maybe I don't feel respect because I'm not respectable. And this is where your message comes in. If you want to be respected, if you want to be loved, if you want to be cared for, whatever it is adjective that you want, are you worthy of that? And there's going to be people who come out of the woodwork like, you're worthy because you're human. Yes, you earn a certain amount of respect as a human being. But if you want your wife to respect you as her husband, if you're a husband who wants to be respected, if you want your husband to respect you as a wife, if you want to be respected as a son, if you want to be respected as a daughter, are you acting like the husband who deserves respect? Are you acting like the wife who deserves respect? Are you acting as the person who deserves XYZ? You go to work and you're like, oh, you don't pay me enough, so I don't care. Why would they pay you more if you don't care? Because you're showing that. They have the upper hand there. Not saying in marriage or weddings or anything that anyone has the upper hand, but if you want to be treated as a husband, are you acting as a husband? If you want to be treated as a wife, are you acting as a wife? If you want to be treated as a friend, are you acting like a friend? Are you acting like these things in yourself first? If you want to have better friends, are you a good friend to yourself? If you want to be respected, are you respecting yourself? If you want to be loved, do you respect and love yourself? That's the question you have to ask yourself as you start your day, as you go about your week. What do you want? You have to be honest. That's where it all starts. And the truth. What is the truth of the situation? If you don't love yourself, you can't expect others to show you that love because you have an expectation based on what they can give you. And that will always change. Just as I always say, you do not know your wife. My wife does not know me because there's only a certain amount of time we know each other compared to the whole that we've been married 5 years. We've existed on this earth for 33 years. So at a certain point, there is 1/6 of our lives that we know each other, have a communication and respect or understanding of, but we do not know everything that goes on in this head. She does not know everything that goes on here. It could be kind of scary. I do not know everything that's going on in there. I'd probably get really confused. So there's only a certain amount that we show. What are you showing? And that showing and what you're giving and what you're expressing is a reflection of what's going on inside of you. You're needy because you feel needy, because you're trying to fill a hole. You want more love because you're trying to fill a hole. You want more respect because you want to fill a hole. Whether that's in your body, being balanced in business, body, your actual physical self, your being, your relationship with God, your balanced relationship with others, your spouse, your kids, whoever it may be, and your business, how you make, create, and keep and grow money. It's all a reflection of what's going on inside here. When I turn on this video to record, that's a reflection of me saying, you know what? Someone might need to hear this. Record. When you go into a business meeting, that's a reflection of what you think of yourself. If you ask for a raise, like today I had a phone call and someone was like, how much do you want to get paid? $115K. Starting. Because I command that. I didn't question. I'm like, well, I think I should be. I just said 115 minimum base compensation. On top of residuals, on top of commission, on top of whatever I make. I didn't question you. I just shut up and said that. Can you say, I love me? I respect me. This is what I'm doing this week. Without the, well, I'm going to do this because I feel like doing this. I'm going to do this because one of the best marketing and sales principles, and not talking about just business, right? Everything you're doing is marketing sales. Your life is literally marketing sales. You market yourself, you have to sell yourself. Dear YouTube, this is not about selling yourself, so please don't censor me for that. But how can you sit there, explain and give an answer when your wife asks you something, when your husband asks you something, when your kids ask you something? Dad, I want to go to this party. No. Well, why? I don't trust the people there. I trust you, I don't trust them. Even then, I don't really trust you. My wife tells me, we're going to go at this time. Okay, I respect you and I trust you and I will listen to that. But how many times, I'm speaking to my husbands right now, how many times have you told something to your wife and your wife says, well, what about this? She does that because she doesn't respect you. Maybe because you don't respect yourself to hold that boundary. If I tell my wife we're going to be there at 5, she's like, you sure 5? Because I don't show up at 5. Because I don't respect myself to show up at 5 when I say that. So I want you to think about that. Whenever you start to worry and question what someone else is doing, maybe think about how is it a reflection of you. Whatever you feel instigated by is usually a reflection of you, not them. Joe Biden could say something really, really dumb, and I'd be like, that's stupid. Okay. But that's a reflection of me. Whereas other people, actually, Kamala Harris can say whatever it is. You'll have half the people saying, dude, that's Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. To be fair. can say some stupid stuff. They both say really ridiculously stupid stuff. They both do. Neither is right, neither is wrong. They just say stupid stuff. They can say whatever it is. One half, or however a certain percentage of people, will say, you are a genius. The other half will say, you are a moron. It's a reflection of you. Whatever anyone else shares with you and how you perceive it is based on what you're thinking. If you want more respect, you want more love, you want more attention, you want more money, you want more sales, how do you feel about attention, respect, love, sales, all of these things that you want in your life? Because when you say you want, you're saying you don't have it. I want to be loved. That's saying that you don't have it. I want to be respected. That says that you don't have it. I wanted Mercedes G-Wagon. I don't have it. So I say I want. Want means lack. When instead, if you said, I'm a respectable person, if you can say that with a straight face and tell yourself the truth, and you can say, I love me. I'm worth $150 a year. And not be like, am I though? You're gonna have those questions. We have to work those out. That's where coaching comes in. Over the next next quarter of FY25, so quarter one of FY25, January, February, March, I'm gonna be working with 10 individuals. Hopefully, I work with men and husbands, but what I'm starting to see is that a lot of women are reaching out because they want to be better women, wives, or guide their husband. And I'm not against that. I'm starting to think about how I'm gonna reword that. So I'm gonna say 10 individuals and see where this goes. Throughout the course of FY25 Q1, January, February, March of 2025, most of us are starting right now because you're like, actually it's next, that's like 2 days. Most of us are thinking about 2025 New Year's resolutions, probably in the same New Year's resolutions you had in 2024, 2023. But the reality is that you have not gotten there because you have not held yourself accountable or been held accountable by a coach or guide. I am not your guru. I am not God. I am just someone who's been right where you are, wondering about why do they not love me? Why do they not respect me? And I've learned over the course of thousands of dollars and years of learning, mentoring, coaching, and guiding leadership development, mentors, mentees, coaching clients, that you don't need more answers. You don't need, maybe you need to ask better questions, but most of the answers are already within you. And it just sometimes takes an outside perspective to pull that out of you so you can learn to do it for yourself. And if you're interested in that, you know where to find me, DM, you're a smart cookie. That's part of the filter process. I know they're like, make it easy for people to sign up. Well, if you want it, you're gonna find a way to it, right? That's my belief. In peace, love, and light. This is Lawrence with Candle. Good morning, good afternoon, good night from wherever you're listening to, watching, signing off.